You know, but a lot of times in life, when a person looks at where his parnasa comes from, a lot of the times he thinks that his parnasa comes from according to his effort and according to what he performs. That is what he will give him as parnasa. But actually, Rabbatai, we need to get used to a fact where parnasa comes only from HaKadosh Baruch Hu. You know, Rabbatai, it said in the Gemara that two things are actually dependent on the mazal of a person. Meaning, as we know, that everything a person can change with tefillah, with limud Torah, with his deeds. There's two things which are attached to his mazal, where it is very difficult to change, very difficult for a person to actually transform his situation. That is the life of a person, how long a person lives, and a person's parnasa. Where a person's parnasa and how long a person lives is attached to his mazal. Now we know what Chazal teaches us, that actually the only way to change one's parnasa is two ways. Either tefillah, we say gedolah tefillah shmegiah kisei hakavod, or tzedakah, we say gedolah tzedakah shmegiah kisei hakavod. Two things that actually go above the mazalot. Now, what is this concept of above the mazalot? The Zohar Kadosh says that actually there are levels in Shamayim. So the top of all the levels is what? The kisei hakavod, the throne of HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Under the throne of HaKadosh Baruch Hu, you have the mazalot. Under the mazalot, you start to go down gate by gate of tzaddikim, by the teshuvah, and it starts to build the entire Shamayim. But the mazalot, in order for a person to change his mazal, he needs his prayer to mamash reach HaKadosh Baruch Hu. He needs it to reach the highest point. Only two things have mamash the strength to go straight to the highest point: tefillah and tzedakah. Now, but there's a beautiful story with Achidah, which mamash something amazing that we can also relate to it because it answers the questions we all have. As we all know about Achidah, one of the big tzaddikim, one of the big mikubalim, he was a big man of philosophy, big tzaddik, wrote dozens of books which are complete knowledge from beginning to end. As we all know about Achidah was actually the student of who? Student of Chaim HaKadosh, Rabbi Chaim ben Atar. What is Rabbi Chaim ben Atar? Who is Rabbi Chaim ben Atar? We call him the Ner Ma'aravi, the candle from Ma'arav, the light from Morocco. But we all know the stories of Rabbi Chaim ben Atar, the stories with him and Abba Shem Tov, and their connection, and how they were actually Mashiach ben David, Mashiach ben Yosef. Something that is amazing. It said Rabotai that Achidah, he was studying in the yeshiva of Rabbi Chaim ben Atar. Nobody knew that actually, even though he was an amazing student, he was already showed big potential as a young boy, but nobody knew that his parnasa was completely terrible. Where it said that his job was what? What would he do for parnasa? He would transfer goods from one place to the other. Where he was a delivery man. But not delivery man of today. We see delivery people that come with a car and they transfer everything with a nice car and everything is clean, everything is misudah. A delivery man at the time was a donkey where you would tie a lot of weight and you have to hold it and balance it. Imagine what a work a person had to do and still study Torah. And it said Achidah, every single dollar, every single shekel of parnasa that he had, whatever type of currency that existed at the time, it was mamash worked, it was earned with a lot of hard work. So it said Rabotai that one day, Achidah, all his work he did, he was quiet, he didn't want anyone to help him, he didn't want anyone to try to change the situation. He said, whatever is HaKadosh Baruch Hu, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. One day, Rabotai, Rabbi Chaim ben Atar came to Achidah, and it said that he gave him a piece of paper. And he folded this piece of paper, and he told him, take this paper, go to the kotel, and I want you to put it in the kotel. Now what's amazing is that at the time, there was no such thing as putting papers in the kotel. The actual first one that did this was in this story, in this situation, where Rabbi Chaim ben Atar asked Achidah, put this note in the paper. Achidah took the paper and he said, Rav, I will do this mitzvah. It said that the next day, Rabbi Chaim ben Atar passed away. Alach le'olam. The day that Rabbi Chaim ben Atar passed away, it said that the donkey of Achidah died too. That he had no more means of parnasa. His donkey, where he would transfer all the delivery, all the goods, is no longer alive, and he had no more parnasa. So he was sitting and he was crying. He said, what am I going to do now? When I have no more donkey, I have no more parnasa, how am I going to live? So he said, you know what? I have one more mitzvah, one last mitzvah that I know I could keep. that I know I can receive some merit from it. What mitzvah? The mitzvah that Rabbi Chaim Ben Atar asked him. So he took the note, he ran to the kotel. The big kotel was completely empty, there was no notes, not like today. And he put one note into the kotel. And he said, you know, now that I'm already in this area of the old city of the kotel, I'm going to go to a yeshiva and study. So maybe the yeshiva, one of the big mekubalim were there. And he walked into the Bet Midrash and he sat down, he tried to study. I tell you, when you walk into the yeshiva, the Rosh Yeshiva, the head of that yeshiva, whatever yeshiva it was, when he saw Achidah, he got up and he ran towards Achidah. And he said, Achidah, what did you do? What did you do today that you came into my shul, my yeshiva, and a big light followed you? Clearly he was a big tzaddik, this Rosh Yeshiva. So Achidah said, no, I didn't do anything. I was sad that my donkey died, but Mehmet, I didn't do anything special. So Rosh Yeshiva took Achidah and said, I want you to tell me every single thing you did today. So he said, you know, I'm a student of Rabbi Chaim Ben Atar. When the Rav heard that, he was already amazed. He said, you're a student of Rabbi Chaim Ben Atar, the light. One of the only tzaddikim we call Haner, the light. The light from Morocco. And he said, today I buried my donkey and I went to the kotel to put the note. So Rabbi Chaim Ben Atar, this tzaddik, looked at Achidah and said, what was this note? He said, my Rav gave it to me to put it in the wall, in the kotel. So he said, take me right away to where you put that note. I want to see where it is. So Achidah took the Rosh Yeshiva, they ran to the kotel, they went to the wall, to the side of the rock where the note was put, climbed, took down the note and gave it to the Rav. The Rav opens it and he reads it out loud. What did it say? It said, Akadosh Baruch Hu, I'm asking you, have some kindness on my student Achidah and give him a well parnasa, a good parnasa. He said, this Rav read to Achidah and said, from now on, you're going to have a parnasa with ease. And it said, from that day on, Achidah, itparnes, all his well-being and parnasa came with ease, came with complete shefa, without hard work, without suffering, without anything. Why? One tefillah. One prayer that was a strong prayer that can go over all the mazalot, that can go over all the gates and go straight to HaKadosh Baruch Hu. It's actually said from that day on, the custom of the notes started to be, where you go to the kotel today and there's thousands of notes. It's from this story. So we can learn, Abotai, that sometimes to change our parnasa, it's a matter of a second. One tefillah, one prayer that the person does, but he does it from his complete heart, he can change his situation without even moving an inch. He can completely flip his state and become a very, very wealthy man. So may HaKadosh Baruch Hu B'ezrat Hashem flip all our mazal and make us B'ezrat Hashem mazal of shefa, of bracha, that we can all study Torah and do all our mitzvot with ease. Amen.